Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's talk about Big Brother. This is the Wednesday night episode, Power of Veto. Y'all already know. I said I wasn't going to watch it and I said I wasn't going to review. Y'all know I was lying. Y'all knew I was lying. I did not know this was the Zing episode. And Zing was reading. And you know I'm here for it. You know I'm here for all the hot shit talking. So I could not talk about the Zing bots. Like, was he in my closet listening to me? Was he on my Twitter watching me read these people on Twitter? Zing for the most part, I say 75%, he hit it right on the dot. A couple of people, he was too soft, but for the most part, he gave me what I needed for this boring ass week. So let's get into a little bit. We finally get to hear Memphis, tell his theme of the week is to backdoor David. Nobody in the telephone group is with that. Like, why do we want to backdoor David? He knows nothing about the game. He's completely alone. Like, it is so sad. It is so sad just seeing him be isolated by the two people who he's willing to lay down his game for it. But they're isolating him. And it's so freaking sad. But I blame it on them bringing a rookie to the game. Like, he just doesn't know what to do. But this is supposed to be all-stars and ain't really nobody playing the game. So I don't fault David anymore. You know what? David is the one I'm rooting for. Like, we got to say goodbye today. That's going to be very hard tonight. I'm happy we have a football game because I ain't going to watch it till tomorrow. But it's going to be very hard to say goodbye today because I really like Davon, but we got to say goodbye to her. Who's left? Kevin? No, ma'am. No, sir. Not Kevin. So, Tyler and Cody, like everyone reports to Cody, I don't think we should backdoor Kevin. Yeah, I don't think we should backdoor him. No, we ain't here for that. So, Day and Kevin have this emotional conversation. As frustrating as it is to watch them diss David this week, I love that emotional conversation. Like, at first, you know me, I gave Kevin the side eye. I'm like, when you about to start crying over Davon? When you been looking up today? Because I thought Danny was your homegirl, But whatever. I like the connections that Davon makes with people. She has an amazing social game. She really does connect with people. Her reads are just off. In that moment, I had it ain't fall, but it welled up a little bit right there. And I was like, oh, I hate that she has to say goodbye to people. It's going to be hard. But anyway, fast forward through all the foolishness. What did they say? Kevin and Day decided, under all circumstances, they are not picking David for this veto. And it's very strange. I'm telling you, it's production. It's very strange that the week Davon and Kevin say, if we get house guest choice, we not picking David. We're gonna pick Nicole and Danny, and they both get house guest choice. Like, I bet you ain't one nothing but Tyler in there and house guest choice. That was probably the only options in there. Like, they need, for somebody like me, you got to pick all of them out so I can see all the names to make sure there ain't no foolishness going on. I promise you that's all that was in that box. But moving on. So the veto players are, of course, Memphis, Day, Kevin, Tyler, Danny, and Nicole. Danny and Nicole's like, we got to save our girl Day. We ain't done using her yet. Right. They said... They didn't say use. They said they trying to work with her. But that's what they meant. Like, we could still use Davon. They really don't have an end with David or Kevin. But before they can decide what they're going to do, they have to go to their leader. Let's go see what Memphis and Cody want to do. Oh, Cody says, backdooring David is a dumb plan. Okay, we not backdooring David. Because it was like, once Memphis saw that David wasn't picked, he just went and told everybody, we backdooring David. He ain't in it, so everybody just throw it. Who cares? Davon, Kevin, whoever wants to win it, we don't care. We backdooring David. And I'm like, you probably would have done better keeping that to yourself. I really don't care. I'm tired of the telephone crew. Let's get on with this week. Let's get on to the shade because that's what I'm on here to talk about. So we hear that voice of the Zing bot, and I was here for it. I was like, Zing bot here this weekend? I was here for it. And then it wasn't the Zing bot, it was the Tiger Zing. If y'all haven't watched my video on the Tiger King when that came out early pandemic, early, way back a couple of months ago, when that shit first came out, that was my show. I was hooked. I think I stayed up and watched that in 2 days. Like, I was up all night looking at the Tiger King. I've never seen a story like this. It was just like, this can't be real life. These people fucking with these tigers, getting their arms bitten off and coming back to work the next day. This man done burnt up his crocodiles because he don't want to, you know, do stuff with the FBI, and then you still end up going to jail. You hate Carol Baskin so much, you in the jail because you tried to kill it. Like, the stuff from that documentary, I was hooked to Netflix. Because I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe this was a true story. One, y'all already know Angie ain't fucking with no tigers. I ain't got to take not even no baby tigers. I ain't got to take no picture with one. I ain't got to pet one. I ain't got to go to the zoo. I could watch you on TV. That's a tiger. Okay. Like, it ain't even that cute to me. So the fascination that people have with wanting to own tigers in their backyards is very strange to me. So when they had the Tiger Zing, anytime somebody make fun of Joe Exotic, I'm there because it's hilarious to me. It is hilarious that Carol Baskin's ass is over here on Dancing with the Stars. I don't watch Dancing with the Stars, but the whole point that she's on it, I'm like, what? But anyway, let's get to these reads because they were good. First, they read David. Zingbot was like, I can't even believe I'm here on All Stars, and I really can't believe that David is here too. And I said, yes. I said, yes. And you know, Memphis lost his mind. Because anybody that calls David a rookie and say David don't deserve to be here, they could say anything about David. Memphis lost his mind, and he was laughing his ass off. Probably for all the wrong reasons, but it was funny. So now, Enzo's little Zing wasn't, like, he got a little easy. He talking about what's more pathetic than a 40-year-old calling himself the meow, whatever it is, the meow meow. Do they call him that? I thought they just call him Enzo, but hey, I don't call him no meow meow. But Zingbot was like, ain't nothing more pathetic than that. And so Zing, and I was like, And then Enzo was like, call me, what he said his name was? Vincenzo. Whatever his real name is, I like it. I like that, Vincenzo. Ain't nobody else got that name. Hell, you would be calling me that too. I like different names. But anyway, now we get on to Memphis. I can't stand Memphis. So they was like, everyone thinks of you, Memphis, as Dan's #1, but I look at you at like a big old piece of #2. And I said, ooh, yes. A big old stank piece of shit. Like, and he had on that hat that I think is very racist, but I ain't gonna go there today. I just don't like to see that hat. Somebody get in the comments and tell me what that is, because if it's like a railroad hat, I'm tripping. But I probably am tripping, but I don't like it. Anyway, Danny was next. I'm trying to decide who had it worse, Danny or Friends. I think Friends took it worse, but I think Danny had the worst Zing of them all. Zingbot said, Danny, I love watching you on Big Brother. You're like an old pro. But when I look at you now, you just look old. And I said, damn, you right. You right. I'm sure Danny is probably much younger than me. Maybe not much, maybe a little bit. She probably in her 30s. I'm only 42. But Danny ass look a good 50. Like, moisturize. Whatever Janelle was doing to that face, all them creams and potions, you should have been in the bathroom putting them on too, trying to learn everything you needed to learn, because Janelle's face looked good. Now, she might have had a Botox a little bit. I don't know. That's her business. But I'm telling you, as someone who is 42, around 40, my skincare game stepped all the way up. Danny, step your skincare game all the way up. You got to moisturize and stay out of that sun. Moisturize 2 or 3 times a day. 2 or 3 times a day. But that was so funny because it was just, Zingbot usually don't hit too low, but he kind of hit low, and I was like, damn. It was good though. Then he gonna tell Christmas something about the holidays, and he said, what's more annoying? Somebody that's cold, stress enduring, and annoying. And he said it was Christmas. He said one of them named Christmas and one of them is actually the holiday. So Christmas is annoying, stress enduring, and cold. I could think of a lot more. I could think of a whole lot more. Bitchy, two-faced, a fucking liar, a Karen. I can think of a whole lot more. But then here go Tyler in the background. Ooh, Zingbach, we gotta leave with her. We gotta live with her. She got a pistol tattooed on her hip. And we don't want to make her mad. But I'm like, this the bitch who's scared of the black girls kicking down her door and shooting her and stabbing her in the face with a fork. Right, this the bitch we gotta be... Let's not go there. But you get what I'm trying to say. Double standard, Tyler. We look at them the same, but she can be scared of Bailey stabbing her in the face with a fork. But moving on. So Kevin's was very simple. You are boring. Bye-bye. Go sit on the block. Go sit on the block for the rest of the season. I promise you, Kevin can sit on the block until about Final 5, Final 4. And he will be the pawn of the season. Because no one's voting for Kevin. Kevin could be in the final 2. Kevin can vote out Cody and still no one is going to vote for him to win. And I already told you, I feel like the person who can mentally realize that Cody is the one that needs to go so the decks can be reshuffled, that person deserves to win. Kevin can do that and he still wouldn't win the game. Boring. Moving on. Tyler talking about, what do you call a person who says when you win the girl is better than winning the 500K? You called him a fucking liar. We called him that last year. Whatever year he was on 2 years ago. We been called him that, Zingbot. That one went too hard. That wasn't too hard. Because I can guarantee you, you rather have the 500K as friends. You get 500K, you can get you a man. You can get you a girl. So, hey. Bad. Anyway, he read Day a little bit, and it was good. Day's was kind of harsh, too, because he was like, Day, you done been on 3 seasons of Big Brother, 2 seasons of The Challenge, so what reality show you gonna go lose next? And I was like, she about to lose this one, Zingbot. She about to lose this one next. I do love Day, but that was funny. And then Day in her confessional talking about, I almost won the challenge. And I'm like, Day, almost don't count. Don't you listen to Brandy? Almost don't count. Moving on. And so now we get to Friends, because I had to write Friends down because it was long. Zingbot said, here comes the bride. She loves to whine and cry. Every time I hear her voice, I want to fucking die. I said, oh. And Cody is like, oh, that's too harsh, too harsh. And I'm like, no, that shit is the fucking truth. Like, who is listening to Friends on a podcast daily to the point where she has sponsors and she's influencing people? Like, who wants to listen to that voice constantly? It irks me just on the TV. And we only watch that a couple of days a week. She's always fucking whining. She's always fucking crying. And you know what? Sis, the truth hurts. Them the zings that hurt the most because it be so fucking true. That voice is annoying. And Cody knew it. That's why he was trying to soften the blow for you. But girl, don't nobody want to hear that. Well, you can lose my best friend. I ain't never gonna get over that shit. But anyway, the veto was finding tigers in the maze. Cody won, and Cody didn't change the knobs, and we already knew that. So Thank you, Zing for bringing a little bit of life to the episode. I like some good shade. I miss those seasons of Big Brother when we used to read each other down, cuss each other out, not give a fuck, put people up and go home the next week, and then put somebody else up and go home the week after that. I miss that. That was good Big Brother. That's all I'm going to give. A quick video. We're going to say a quick goodbye to Davon tomorrow. And we're going to see who the new HOH is. I'm pulling for David. Now, call me crazy. And I know y'all like, bitch, you've been reading David left and right. Oh, wait, I forgot to tell Cody's. Cody the fucking idiot of the season. So who cares? He ain't got no damn IQ. His Zing wasn't funny no way. But anyway, y'all be like, bitch, you've been reading David all season. You've been calling him the dummy all season. But guess what? Sometimes the dummy is the only chance you have left. Like, sometimes, who else could win an HOH and make it interesting? If anybody else wins HOH next week, we already know what's going to happen. David and Kevin. And at the most, somebody might backdoor Danny. They might. So we need David. Because he might put up anybody. He might put up Cody and Tyler. We shall see. We shall see. Anyway, like I said, I got a football game to go to tonight. It's my turn to... Well, it's me and my homegirls. It's our turn to sponsor the senior dinners. So we got to order these pizzas and stuff for the senior football players. And it's raining. And it's starting to be fall, a little bit chilly. So, and it's a game. I'm not staying for the game. I think I'm just going to drop the money off and leave. Because I ain't got time for that. Anyway, y'all like this video. Leave your comments. Let me know what y'all thought about all these good zings. And let me know who y'all think y'all want to win HOH tonight, because I guess it is tonight. All right. And share all that good stuff, and I will see y'all later. Bye.